There's something important I've kept hidden from you for a very long time, and even though it feels heavy and almost unbearable to bring it up now, I think it's finally time you know the truth. I've carried this inside me for years, and the weight of silence has only grown heavier with each passing day. You deserve honesty, perhaps more than anyone else ever has in my life, and though this confession may hurt, it also feels like the only way to finally set things free, both for you and for me. Do you remember when we used to spend long nights talking about the future? We would sit together, sometimes laughing, sometimes dreaming, sometimes planning every little detail of the life we thought we'd build side by side. Back then, I was completely committed, not just in words but in every part of my being. My heart, my soul, my mind, they were all aligned in the belief that you were my person. I can still recall the certainty I felt. I knew, without hesitation, that you were the one I wanted to grow old with, the one I wanted to share everything with, from the small, ordinary days to the biggest milestones. It was all so vivid and real for me. I could see us in a home together, see us raising children, see us building a life rooted in love, laughter, and trust. At that time, I had no doubts at all. But something changed. And I need you to understand, it wasn't because of anything you did or anything lacking between us. The shift didn't come from within our relationship. It came from somewhere else, from someone else. It began quietly, almost innocently, with my mother. At first, it was small, offhand remarks that didn't strike me as serious. She would say something in passing, little comments that seemed like nothing more than casual observations. I brushed them off because I didn't think they mattered. I thought I was strong enough to know my own mind and heart. But then those comments grew. They became longer, more deliberate, more insistent. My mother began to have long, late-night talks with me. You know the kind, the ones where her voice carried weight, where her words felt urgent, almost like warnings. She spoke with such conviction, such intensity, that it was hard not to let her words sink in. She told me she was only looking out for me, only trying to protect me from choices that could ruin my future. She said things in a way that made me feel like she was pulling back a curtain, showing me dangers I hadn't noticed. And though I tried to resist, though I wanted so badly to hold on to what I felt for you, the seeds of doubt had already been planted. At first, those doubts were small and easy to ignore. But as time went on, they grew. I began to wonder, what if she's right? What if I'm blind to something I'll regret later? What if the love I feel isn't enough to carry us through the hardships she says are inevitable? Slowly, those questions began to overwhelm me. I started second-guessing the very things I had once been most certain about. My clear vision of the future with you began to blur, and though I didn't want to admit it, I found myself pulling away. It wasn't what I wanted. If anything, I was fighting an internal battle every day, between the love I felt for you and the fears that had been planted in me. Then came the night that still haunts me to this day. I remember sitting with my mother, the air heavy, her eyes locked onto mine. She told me, in no uncertain terms, that you were older than anyone she would ever accept in my life. To her, our age difference was not just a detail but a massive, glaring red flag. She made it sound like a curse waiting to unravel everything. She painted it as a flaw that would doom us, a source of endless problems that would only multiply with time. She said that if I married you, I would be making the biggest mistake of my life. She told me that people would judge us, that whispers and stares would follow us wherever we went. She insisted that the judgment of others would never stop, that no matter how happy I thought I was, society would find a way to tear us down. She even went so far as to warn me that starting a family with you would be difficult, maybe even impossible, because of the age gap, something that had never even crossed my mind before. With every word she spoke, she painted a darker and darker future, one where I was isolated, misunderstood, and full of regret. And as much as I didn't want to, I listened. Her voice, her authority, the way she spoke with so much conviction, it pierced through my love, through my certainty, through everything I thought I knew. I let her fears take root in my mind, and soon they weren't just her fears anymore. They became mine. And so, despite how much I loved you, despite how much I wanted the life we dreamed of, I walked away. I made the most painful choice I've ever made. I let go of you. But there's more to this story, and it's the part I've never told anyone, not even myself fully, until now. After I left you, I followed the path my mother wanted for me. I married someone else, someone who fit neatly into the mold she had carved out. This person checked all of her boxes, met her standards, satisfied her vision of what my life should look like. From the outside, it must have looked like I had made the perfect choice, the safe choice, the respectable choice, the one that would bring stability and approval. People looked at me and thought I was happy, thought I was settled, thought I had everything a person could want. But inside, everything was different. Inside, my life was suffocating. The marriage brought no love, no spark, no true connection. It was a shell of what a partnership should be. Every morning I would wake up and feel like I was trapped in someone else's story, living a life that wasn't mine. The home was there, the stability was there, the approval was there, but the love, the joy, the passion were missing. And without them, everything felt hollow. The truth is, the person I married wasn't you. And that reality followed me like a shadow, haunting me, whispering to me every day that I had made the wrong choice. I thought I was protecting myself from pain by listening to my mother, but the pain I feel now is far worse than anything I could have imagined. I traded the love I truly wanted for the approval of others, and what I got in return was emptiness. My heart is heavy with regret, and there hasn't been a day that I haven't thought of you, of the life we could have had, of the future we should have built together. People around me believe I made the smart choice. They look at my life and see security, order, stability. They think I'm happy. But they don't see what's really happening behind closed doors. They don't see the loneliness, the disconnection, the way I feel myself fading day by day into someone I no longer recognize. They don't see how the dreams I once held so close have turned into ghosts that hover over me, taunting me with what could have been. The future I could have had with you lingers in my mind constantly. I imagine it in quiet moments, when the house is silent and I'm alone with my thoughts. I imagine what it would have been like to wake up beside you every day, to raise a family together, to share victories and struggles hand in hand. I imagine laughter filling the air, comfort in moments of pain, joy in the little things we always talked about. And then I look at where I am now, and the contrast is unbearable. I thought I was doing the right thing, but now I see just how wrong I was. And yet, amidst all this pain and regret, I feel compelled to tell you one more thing. It may feel strange to shift from something so deeply personal to something more practical, but it feels important. I believe you are standing on the edge of a turning point in your life, especially when it comes to your finances. I know things may feel uncertain or heavy right now, but there's a change coming, a positive one. A breakthrough of some kind, whether through a transaction, an investment, or an unexpected opportunity, is on the horizon. This change will bring security and stability, easing the burdens that may have weighed on you for far too long. It will allow you to breathe more freely, to feel more confident, to see your resources grow in a way that restores your hope. I tell you this because even though I lost my place in your life, I still care about your future. I still want to see you thrive, to see you happy, to see you live the life you deserve. Maybe that life won't include me anymore. Maybe my role is only to share this truth with you, to admit my mistakes, and to let you know that my love for you never truly left. But even if that's all I can do, it matters to me that you know. It matters to me that you hear these words not just as a confession, but as proof that what we had was real, that my love for you was real, and that even now, in the wreckage of my choices, you are still the one who holds the truest place in my heart.